Why, hello YouTube, and welcome to the John Lep Show. And today on the John Lep Show, we're going to be doing another top 10 list. But what is this top 10 list, you ask? Well, it's simple. If you either A, haven't seen the thumbnail, nor read the title, then either A, you're an idiot, or B, you just accidentally clicked on this video. Anyways though, let's talk about our top 10 list. So what our top 10 list will be, top 10 better things that Dragon Ball GT did than Super. Aw, come on guys, be mature about this. Look, I know GT really isn't the best show, but it really isn't that bad. Okay, let me explain why. Okay, let me just say, I personally think that Dragon Ball Super is doing a way better job than Dragon Ball GT ever was. It definitely has way more flaws than Dragon Ball Super has. However, I'm going to try my best to explain why I personally think that Dragon Ball GT can just be sometimes better than Dragon Ball Super. And remember guys, this is just only my opinion. If you don't agree with my opinion, however, then please do comment down below. Now with all that being said guys, let's do the top 10 best things that Dragon Ball GT did that Dragon Ball Super just can't. Number 10. The animation. Okay, there's actually a huge debate on whether the animation is even good or not. However, we're not going to debate that. The reason why I personally believe that the animation is way better than Super is, well, simply this. As you can see, the animation was clearly rushed and poorly drawn down. Not that I'm saying that can do any better though.
See guys, see like my amazing drawing skills? Doesn't it just look great?
As I was saying though, even though I can't animate nor even draw, you would think such as a popular anime as Dragon Ball would have just as good animation, if not even better. Also, not to mention the fact that GT's animation is actually more colorful, which even gives me more reasons why I think GT's animation is better. Now, I know the reasons, but unlike GT, they had consistently better animation until Super finally got their act together on the third arc. Now, you could say the reason why the animation was bad at first was because the show was just starting and you just needed to give it some more time. But here's my argument to that point. Gravity Falls, when it first just started, it had amazing animation, so why couldn't Super? Like I said before though, GT just consistently made way better animation than Super did, and that is why it makes it to my number 10 on this list. Except this though, that is not how you draw Cell. But hey, it's at least better than this. Number 9. Okay, so in Dragon Ball GT, they have some of the most coolest techniques. Like they have the final shine attack, they have the minus ball, they have the 10 times Kamehameha, and of course, the Dragon Fist. And what does Super have, you ask? Well, they have the Love Black Hole, the Rose Kamehameha, which, truth be told, these attacks are amazing and all, but they really didn't have a huge variety, unlike GT. I personally just love the Dragon Fist way more than any other attack. Why, you ask? Well, even though it did come from a movie, and it's not even canon at all, it still was an amazing attack. I mean, seriously, that's like Shenron, but golden, and it's freaking awesome. And that is why it makes it to my number 9 on this list. Number 8. Giving Goten and Trunks more character development. Okay, I'll admit, GT is basically just Goku time. No, seriously, that's what it actually stands for. And that's the show's biggest flaw. It just is all about Goku, really. Anyways, well, Super definitely has way more character development, and they actually found ways to make weaker characters actually useful in this series. However, they really didn't find a way for Trunks nor Goten to even have some more character development. But in GT, that's the complete opposite. In the first arc, Trunks is actually one of the main characters, and he's sent to outer space with Goku and Pan. And he's also the CEO of Capsule Corporation, which was originally owned by his grandpa. But what about Goten, you ask? Well, guys, believe it or not, Goten is sort of the ladies' man, if you know what I mean. I mean, look at her, guys. You can draw like a ton of hentai with her on DeviantArt. Wait a minute, don't actually... Number 7. Bringing back Goku's tail. Bringing back the Saiyan tail hasn't happened in Super yet, nor does it seem like they plan on doing it anytime soon. However, Dragon Ball GT was able to bring back Goku's tail and even briefly bring back Goku's Ozaru form, which actually led to the Super Saiyan Ozaru form, and my god, it's freaking awesome. I mean, look at this guy, guys. He's like a freaking beast. Who could possibly stop him? Oh yeah, Pan. I completely forgot about her. God damn it, Pan. Okay, so if you haven't caught on by now, Super Saiyan Ozaru form barely had any screen time. And when it did, it only had for like 3 minutes or so. And really, if this had more screen time, this might have been higher up in the list. However, it at least led us to one cool transformation. But we'll get to that later. And that is why it makes it to our number 7 on this list. Number 6. The Shadow Dragons. Now what Dragon Ball GT has been doing so far that's way better than Super has been doing is, well, simply the villains. Why, you may ask, is because their concept is amazing. And that's no difference when it comes to the Shadow Dragons. This, by concept alone, is a way better idea because it actually tests our heroes out to see if they can protect Earth or not without using the Dragon Balls. Now personally, I really don't like the Shadow Dragons that much. Why, you may ask, is, well, simply because their character is very bland and boring. And that is why it makes it to our number 6 on this list. Number 5. Super Saiyan 4. So Dragon Ball Super has introduced to us the 3 new transformations, one being Super Saiyan God, one being Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, and one being Ultra Instinct, which by concept alone is amazing. Now while these concepts of these transformations are pretty cool, for example, Ultra Instinct can pretty much dodge anything. Now from a visual point of view, these transformations really don't look like the ultimate transformation at all. And let's face it, guys, Super Saiyan God is basically the user becoming a redhead and just becoming skinny. And Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, it's just Super Saiyan, but making it blue! Also, yeah, the name, guys, about that. The best way to describe it, really, is just this. Super Saiyajin God のパワーを持ったサイヤ人のスーパーサイヤ人？早口言葉みたいですね。Now Super Saiyan 4 is a completely different story. I mean, look at this guy, guys. This looks like the ultimate transformation. I mean, the messy hair, the red fur, those eyes, it really does look like the ultimate form. And how one achieves this transformation is by first becoming a golden Ozaru, but then you have to gain conscience that you are an Ozaru. Now I know it sounds simple, but back in Dragon Ball, if Goku became an Ozaru, he would just go insane and just destroy shit. This was a challenge for Goku to overcome. Not to mention the fact that when Goku became a Super Saiyan 4, he was way more violent, and when he was, he said some of the most coolest lines in Dragon Ball history. Your punches only tickled like a tiny feather. Oh, that was pretty fucking badass. Not to mention the fact, guys, that there were 2 more people who were able to become Super Saiyan 4. One being Vegeta, and the other, we'll get to him next. Personally, I would just choose Super Saiyan 4 over Super Saiyan God any day. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still like the God transformations. However, Super Saiyan 4 just looks like the ultimate transformation. And that is why it makes it to my number 5 on this list. Number 4. Gogeta. So imagine, you're in Japan right now, and it's only exclusive to Japanese theaters, and you get to see Goku and Vegeta fuse into one being. And what do you get, you ask? You get Gogeta, and my god, is he freaking badass. However, there's this one itty-bitty problem. We get to see him for less than 2 minutes. Yeah, guys, you heard me. 2 minutes. And thank God they picked Gogeta over Vegito as the fused character. I mean, don't get me wrong, guys. Vegito is an amazing character. However, in Dragon Ball Super, they used Vegito again. I mean, seriously, guys, you could hear a huge cry out for Gogeta. And when we got Gogeta, man, was this guy a treat. I mean, this guy for a while was considered to be the most overpowered character of all time. I mean, Gogeta was so fast that even we, the audience, couldn't even see his punches. In fact, guys, throughout the whole fight, Gogeta was really just toying around with Omega Shenron. And the only thing that Omega Shenron could really do, guys, was just simply hope for the 10 minutes to be over. Sadly, though, the 10 minutes did pass and Gogeta just diffused back to Vegeta and Goku. Nonetheless, guys, having Gogeta back for just one last time was an amazing idea on GT's part, and I still find it cool to even this day, and that is why it makes it to my number 4 on this list. Number 3. Haha, fuck you. No, what I'm talking about is Baby, the character from Dragon Ball GT, of course. Now, why did a villain make it so high up in this list, you ask? Well, it's simple. He's actually the first villain in Dragon Ball history to have a good motive. And what is his motive, you ask? Well, it's simple. He just wants revenge on the Saiyans for destroying his race. This guy had the ability to control people's bodies. He controlled Gohan, Goten, Trunks, Bra, and even Vegeta. And he made Vegeta go through 4 transformations. And they were all freaking amazing. Sometimes I think this character is even more fleshed out than Goku Black. Oh. That's right, you heard me, I just went there. Baby also has some of the most coolest attacks of all time, and it's amazing that Dragon Ball GT actually took a filler episode and made it into an entire arc of their own show. And that is why it makes it to my number 3 on this list. Number 2. A Hero's Legacy. Okay. I know a lot of people didn't like this movie due to the fact of many things. 1. Pan is still alive. 2. Goku Jr. is way too weak. And 3. A lack of fighting. However, the strange thing about this is though, I actually kinda like Goku Jr. being weak and not being able to go Super Saiyan right away. It sort of felt like the first arc to Dragon Ball where Goku and his friends were trying to find the Dragon Balls. Except this time it's Goku Jr. and his friend trying to find the 4-star ball, that way they can save Pan. And I love that Goku Jr. really doesn't want to be a fighter at first. However, at the end of the movie, Goku Jr. just wants to be like his great-grandpa Goku. And just watching Goku and Goku Jr. talk to each other was just a huge treat for me. Now, the villains in the movie are pretty much just a cardboard layout of the Peel-Off Gang, and they're pretty much non-existent. All in all, this movie was pretty good. And that is why it makes it to my number 2 on this list. But what made it to my number 1 pick, you ask? Well, you're about to find out. And for our number 1 on this list, the ending to GT. Okay, so I understand this is probably the most predictable thing that you could have put on this list. However, for any Dragon Ball Z fan, they can easily say that this is some of the best endings of all time in anime history. When we saw the ending to GT, it was very unexpected for everyone. We were surprised to see that Goku was actually leaving for good, and we didn't know why. This had led to a lot of fans questioning on whether Goku lived or not. In fact, even fans themselves have even made fan manga about this. Some say that he lived, some said that he died, some of them even said they was fighting the negative energy of the Dragon Balls. I'll leave a link down below for all these fan mangas so you guys can read them. Unlike the ending to Z, where he just takes some random kid that he's almost never met before and just decides to take him so he can train him to be the next Guardian Earth, and he just ditches his friends and family, which actually annoyed the fans, including myself, and you can clearly tell that the writer didn't give a damn and he just wanted to end the series. Unlike the ending to GT, where we actually get to see 2 young boys. 1 is Goku Jr. and 2 is Vegeta Jr. Now I know that sounds a bit cliche, but hey, it felt good. But the best part was seeing Goku for just one last time, and him reflecting on all his memories on what he's done. We get to see him from a nice, happy, young, naive young boy to a proud man who is excited to see what is in store for him in the future. And that is why it makes it to my number 1 on this list.
We meet again, guys!
Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed my list today, and if you did, please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a good day.